Defiance has a really interesting twist. It's going to be TV and MMO related on the internet. Can you talk about how that's going to work and what it means for the story throughout the first season?
Well, in many ways, it's the game has been around obviously before the show. So the television, the sci-fi show Defiance is based on the game, but in many ways, as the show progresses, there'll be moments in the game when you play the game that'll actually have happened in the show. So it'll be a fully integrated experience. You don't necessarily have to, see the show to play the game. But I think if you're playing a game and you can actually watch the show, see what's going on, and then go, oh, I want to be part of that world as well.
I think what's amazing is it's such a rich world, but there are you can access it from two completely different sources,
different races. There's so many alien and human races as well involved in it that it's. I think that is going to be. It's going to be quite compelling for the game player. It's not been done before now. So our characters are, this is my wife Stammer Tar, played by Jaime Murray. I'm Tony Curran, I'm playing Daytak Tar. We have a son called Alec and we're called Castathans, who are...
I would say we're the most evolved of the alien races, the most similar to humans, although very different in our customs and
Indeed,
culture.
similar in the way that they're dangerous.
Yes, and highly intelligent.
Yeah, and very, they're social climbers, you might say, as well. But,
well, you are.
Well, yes. Well, what do you call yours? Behind every good man, there's an even better woman, So. Not that she's a woman, she's actually a Castathan woman, How do we say that?
I would say that I'm the matriarch of the Castathan race, and a very powerful family we are as well,
definitely.
Right?
That I've actually married into. But I don't want to say too much. But I think when you play the game and you watch the show, I'll certainly be playing the game. I think it's going to be a real fun experience to actually mirror the two worlds and experience that. I've played Star Wars games before in the past, on Xbox or PlayStation, and when you see the film, it's a great experience.
What will happen is, when there's a natural disaster or an alien invasion or, happening in the TV world or on the gaming world, it'll then follow through that our characters will have to deal with that same situation that the people in the gaming world are dealing with. The gaming world is set in San Francisco, and our world is based in St. Louis. Yeah.
But it's
so we're neighbouring.
It's going to be fun with other games as well. That you can actually, when you progress, if you become good at them, you can actually buy what they call maps, like in Call of Duty or in different games like that. But I think in the Defiance world, I imagine it would be the same thing where, if you watch an episode one week and you go, oh, I'd like to play that part of it, and you can buy a map online or with a DVD or whatever you want to use, and then you can actually play what you've just witnessed on television, which I think is going to be an exciting part of it. Apart from that, the show is going to be, I don't think anything that's sci-fi's put on before actually has come before.
It's visually breathtaking. It's a really stunning world. So we're really excited.
Yeah.
With so many different aliens on Earth, how does the politics of the show and the politics of the alien wrap up? I bet there's a lot of conflicts going on with that.
It's a good question. Yeah.
Well, there's a huge amount of conflict. So much conflict, in fact, that we're very close to destroying the Earth. And that's actually what brings all the alien species and the humans together, because up until that point, it's war. And then we realize when we're quite close to destroying the Earth that we've got to come together to survive.
And that's where the name, as we said earlier, Defiance comes from. Like the humans and the Votans, as we're called, as a group of races of aliens, come together to save some children. And there's a statue erected. I shouldn't say too much.
Realizing that there's something more important than the selfish,
the selfish nature of mankind.
So I think it's something that in this day and age we can all relate to, having been through the trials and tribulations and wars and problems with kind of immigration and all sorts. I think it's going to resonate with people. And although we're dealing with aliens and this strange otherworldly world, it's also based in something very relatable and very meaningful, you know?
There's definitely a lot of it is, I won't say too much, but there's a lot of the factors of refugees in a sense, and how people are displaced in a society within Defiance. It's a universal society.
And trying to find their place and kind of the courage that takes and the conflict that arises and the abuses of power that arise, you know.
So I think it's going to be a very compelling show within that, within the backdrop of this fantastical science fiction world, but within it the characters are very well fleshed out and they've got a lot going on. I think that's what a lot of the people who watch the show will find interesting. Don't you agree, my dear?
No, I don't agree with the word
She never agrees anything that I say.